Hi everyone. I'm so sorry. I had like a micro power cut, which I think cut my internet and cut the live stream. So hopefully we'll be able to maybe edit these videos together later on. Anyway, let me just share my screen again with you, and we'll go back to where we were in the lesson. Oh, it's very annoying. Sorry guys. I do apologize. Okay, so we were just about to listen to the second part of this question. So let me just I'm going to stop sharing a moment and just find my audio. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, I'm all...
Cambridge.
It's all lost now. Let me find question 2. There we go. We should have the right one now. Okay, let me share my screen with you then. Oh, not having a very good tech day today. We've all been there. All right. Okay, so here we were. We were going to listen to this question 2 for the second time, and I was going to reveal the transcript for you. Okay, so the question is, why did the plane leave late? Let's listen.
Next week, they had some lovely big cushions on special offer in the department store. I nearly got one today, actually. So maybe the bookshelves can wait.
Okay, right, on to question 2. This is it for the second time, remember.
2. Why did the plane leave late?
Good morning, this is your captain speaking. I'd just like to apologize for the late departure of the flight. As you know, we had to wait for the runway to be cleared of snow before we could take off and get on our way. We'll arrive in Manchester in about an hour, and we're told the weather on the ground isn't good. There's heavy rain in the city, and we're expecting strong winds at the airport as we land. But we shouldn't be too far behind schedule. Thanks for your attention.
Okay. Just pause the audio. All right, so similar to question 1, you can see that they mentioned all 3 options. They mentioned snow, they mentioned heavy rain, and they mentioned winds. But we're listening for why the plane left late. And we can see that here when they're talking about the snow. Okay, we had to wait for the runway to be cleared of snow before we could take off. Okay, take off. So that was why they left late. And here we can eliminate the winds and the heavy rain because that's the weather conditions in the city that they're arriving in Manchester, when they arrive. All right, so although they mention it, that's not part of the question. Okay, right, let's zip on to another example. I think we'll just do another 2 and see how we go for time. Oh, goodness. All right, so question 3. What do you think the keywords in this question would be? What activity does the woman want to book for the weekend? I would say the weekend is going to be key information here because possibly she mentions the activities, but for other times, for holidays, for during the week. Let's look at the vocabulary that we're using. So in option A, I would say she's got a bike. So that might be cycling. Option B, she's got a car. Maybe it's like car racing or rally racing, possibly. And then option C, I would say is sailing. Oops. Okay, so similar to before, we're going to listen the first time with no transcript. Then we're going to repeat it, and I'll show you the transcript so you can listen and read at the same time. All right, so let's listen. I just need to zip this on a little bit. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to go to about here. Okay.
What activity does the woman want to book for the weekend?
Hello, I'm just ringing to book an activity at your leisure center for the weekend. I was hoping to book a sailing lesson, but I understand from your website they're all full, so I'm wondering if there are any cycles available to hire instead. There's no information about those. I'd really like to join one of the group rides through the forest. I think I'd enjoy that more than the car racing I tried last time. Could you ring me back to confirm? Many thanks.
Okay, so we heard she mentioned all three options, but let's focus on which activity does she want to book for the weekend? Which one does she want to book? Let me reveal the transcript. Here we go. And we're going to listen again. This time we can listen and we can read.
Now listen again.
Hello, I'm just ringing to book an activity at your leisure center for the weekend. I was hoping to book a sailing lesson, but I understand from your website they're all full, so I'm wondering if there are any cycles available to hire instead. There's no information about those. I'd really like to join one of the group rides through the forest. I think I'd enjoy that more than the car racing I tried last time. Could you ring me back to confirm? Many thanks.
Okay, so she mentions all three. I would say that the correct option in this case is cycling. Okay, oops, let me just make that not blue. There we go. Cycling would be the correct option because she first asks about the sailing, but the website says there's full. So no, we eliminate sailing. Then she asks about the cycles or bicycles and says she would like more information and she would like to join one of the rides through the forest. Okay, so she wants to book it. Then at the end, she mentions the car racing, but she says, I think I'd enjoy that, the cycling, more than the car racing. So we can eliminate car racing, and that leaves us with cycling. Okay, all right, final example that we'll do today, I think. And here we have Kate, looking quite good right now. All right, so the question is, which cake will the girl order? Which cake will the girl order? Now, I would say keywords in this case would be girl and order. Okay, girl, because this could be a conversation between more than one person. So perhaps there's a girl and a boy, and the boy wants one cake and the girl wants the other cake. So in that case, we're focusing specifically on just what the girl wants. So let's have a look at these cakes. What have we got? This looks like maybe a strawberry. I think strawberry cake. This one, kind of difficult to say. Yeah, I think maybe chocolate. Looks like a darker color. Chocolate. And then C could be orange or lemon, I think. Orange or lemon. Okay, so let's listen to that audio. First time without the transcript, no cheating. Remember, you won't have the transcript in your exam. So let's have a listen.
Four. Which cake will the girl order?
Have you chosen a cake yet?
I'm not sure. I guess you're having the lemon one.
How did you know?
Because you always do.
I suppose I do. So, what about you?
I might try the one with the strawberries on.
You had that last time and you weren't keen on it, remember? I'd go for the chocolate cake if I were you.
The chocolate one does look good. Might be a bit sweet though. Oh, I think I'll have the same as you.
Interesting. Okay, so again, they mentioned all three options. Are we noticing a pattern here? Okay. Now, in this case, it's really important to pay attention to the response. Okay, like I mentioned at the start, you always want to listen to the entire audio and how the speakers interact and respond to each other, because in this case, that's where our answer is. The girl maybe doesn't say the name of the cake or the flavor of the cake that she wants directly, but she refers to something that the boy has said or the man has said. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio again. Have a look at the transcript, listen and read, and see if we can identify the correct one.
Now listen again.
Have you chosen a cake yet?
I'm not sure. I guess you're having the lemon one.
How did you know?
Because you always do.
I suppose I do. So, what about you?
I might try the one with the strawberries on.
You had that last time and you weren't keen on it, remember? I'd go for the chocolate cake if I were you.
The chocolate one does look good. Might be a bit sweet though. Oh, I think I'll have the same as you.
Okay. All right, so first of all, we have the girl, this is F for female, girl mentions the lemon one. She says, I guess you're having the lemon one to the boy. Okay, so maybe the boy always gets this cake. It's his favorite. Okay, she says, because you always do. Then later she mentions the strawberries, but the man tells her that she wasn't keen on it. She didn't like it. And he recommends that she try the chocolate cake. But then the girl says, no, I might not like the chocolate cake. It's a bit sweet. I think I'll have the same as you. Okay, the same as you, that's a key phrase. And it refers directly to what the man is having, which is the lemon one. So they are both getting the lemon cake in this case. Okay, right. Now I had planned to have a look at 3 more questions, but I'm afraid we're almost out of time. So let's just have a quick review. We're going to do a little quiz. Let me think. Okay. I do have some surprises for you. So let's see if you're able to get these answers correct. I'm not actually able to see the chat at the moment, so hopefully you can leave a comment and give me your answers there. All right, so question number 1. How many times will you hear each question? How many times will you hear each question? Okay. I'm just going to start so you can see me better. How many times will you hear each question? The answer is twice. 2 times. Twice. You hear each answer twice, or not each answer, each question. All right. Question number 2. Can you name 3 topics that you should revise before this part of the listening exam? 3 topics that we commonly see coming up in this test. Okay, I would say, let me think of my 3. I would say school, work, free time. They're my 3. Also food. We saw the question about the cake. We haven't seen any about animals, but they do come up quite frequently. So those are some topics I would recommend. And finally, final question about the listening exam in general. How many parts are there in this test? How many parts in total? Today we looked at part 1. How many are there in total? Any ideas? Just pop it in the chat. Not sure if we have anyone watching after our technical problems earlier. Okay, the answer is, of course, 4 parts in total. And we will be looking at these parts in coming weeks. Next week, we are going to be looking at part 2. So make sure you don't miss that. But anyway, I don't have anyone with me in the chat at the moment, but if you did manage to get all of those questions correct, those 3 questions, then woo! Well done. You get your pom-poms waved. Maybe we can win them again next week. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this was useful, and I do apologize again for the technical problems. Hopefully that's something we can fix later on and edit the videos together. But if you have any additional questions about the listening exam, part 1 or part 2, maybe that we have coming up next week, please leave a comment down below and I will do my best to answer your questions. Any doubts that you have, just leave us a comment and I'll address them in the next lesson. All right, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to the Home Studies channel. Give our video a like, and hopefully we'll see you next week for listening part 2. I'm Fiona, and thank you, and good night. Goodbye, guys. Hope to see you next week.